In Eneida Bay, tensions begin to simmer as the community grapples with issues of territorial integrity, resource allocation, and economic opportunity. The recent development of farmlands west of Syracuse has become a flashpoint, with residents of Eneida Bay feeling the encroachment of Cyclops Head at a neighboring township. Despite Cyclops Head's status as an independent entity, its expansion is perceived as an intrusion, stirring unease among Eneida Bay citizens who are protective of their community's boundaries. Amidst this backdrop, John Miller emerges as a figure of both hope and controversy. His proposal to enhance transportation options by adding a stop to the Syracuse BRT system and introducing a new BRT line from Cyclops Head promises to bridge the gap between these communities. For many, this initiative represents a gateway to new job opportunities and economic growth, offering a seamless commute to the newly established farmlands. However, not everyone shares this enthusiasm. Concerns mount over the fairness of shared services as Eneida Bay residents question the equity of providing resources to Cyclops Head, which does not contribute to their tax base. Meanwhile, nestled within the expansive grounds of Foley's Pharmaceuticals, the CDC in Eneida Bay stands as a state-of-the-art research center symbolizing cutting-edge innovation and scientific advancement. However, its establishment is shrouded in controversy as questions swirl around the transparency of its funding. While Foley Pharmaceuticals is the owner of the building, the community has raised concerns about whether government funds or private donations from the pharmaceutical giant played a role in its construction. This ambiguity fuels ongoing debates about accountability and the influence of corporate interests in the public health initiatives. As the community stands at this crossroads, the narrative unfolds with a blend of optimism and skepticism. The promise of progress is tempered by the complexities of regional politics as Eneida Bay navigates the challenges of fostering connectivity while preserving its autonomy. This story of expansion, opportunity, and contention sets the stage for a deeper exploration of the intricate dynamics at play in this vibrant region. Heyo and welcome to Build&Beautify Season 2. In this City Skylines modded Let's Play, we'll build Eneida Bay, a vibrant city of our dreams featuring transit-oriented development, clean energy, and deep city detailing. In our last episode, we witnessed the constructions implemented during Mayor Laura Foley's second year in office, which included a new Cliffside Medical University, the expansion of the EBTA system, as well as hundreds of new jobs introduced to Foley's Pharmaceuticals. So if you happen to miss the last episode, then click on the info card above or check out the entire Build&Beautify Season 2 playlist located in the description below. In today's episode, we will witness Laura Foley's third year in office as she expands her medical endeavors with a state-of-the-art Center of Disease Control, the expansion of farmlands and apple orchards in West Syracuse, as well as the expansion of the EBTA system. So are you enjoying building Eneida Bay? If so, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what features you would build in your dream city. If you can't wait to see the new season unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. And don't miss out on our Eneida Bay merchandise linked down in the description. Alrighty, so I'm wicked excited to witness Mayor Foley's third year in term, so kick back, grab your beverage of choice, and please enjoy. As the second half of her term unfolds and the pressure of re-election looms, Mayor Foley has struck a pivotal agreement with the neighboring township of Cyclops Head. This strategic alliance aims to tackle the pressing issue of unemployment, a key concern for her citizens. By fostering economic collaboration and creating job opportunities across township borders, Mayor Foley seeks to invigorate the local economy and demonstrate her commitment to community welfare. This bold move not only addresses the immediate needs of her citizens, but also positions her as a proactive leader, keen on bridging divides and ensuring prosperity for both Eneida Bay and Cyclops Head. As election season approaches, this agreement could prove to be a cornerstone of her campaign, showcasing her ability to forge partnerships and drive tangible results outside of her commitment to bettering the healthcare system within Eneida Bay. So let's talk about this deal Mayor Foley struck with Cyclops Head, specifically the expansion of the Cyclops Head's farmlands and orchards into West Syracuse. And honestly, I think these plans will be fairly straightforward. I want to basically expand the farmland design from Cyclops Head for the time being across this small river area into West Syracuse. I have been toying around with a few designs on another farmland, but for now, our resource demand desperately needs some more vegetables, grain, and livestock production. Therefore, we will lay out some specialized industry, nestle in some generic industry for decoration and a little variation in height amongst the fields, and also actually expand that timber production hack so that we are producing more timber that looks like an apple orchard. So let's start with the farmlands first, and I'd like to try and squeeze one of each resource, grain, vegetables, and livestock into this area, saving space for at least 2 or so apple orchards. If we happen to have extra space, I'll probably actually just throw in some more livestock farms, as I'm pretty sure we are not producing any livestock at the moment over in Cyclops Head. Now let's decorate some of the blank space with our apple orchards. And if you haven't seen the early episodes of Eneida Bay, feel free to check them out with the playlist linked in the description, or tune in to hear how we create these apple orchards, as it's honestly a really straightforward aesthetic hack. First, start by laying out the apple trees from the decoration tab. I am going to use the line tool mod as I prefer the mod. However, you can place these in with the line tool that comes with the vanilla game, or one tree at a time if you so choose. Once those are in, simply lay a lumber industry on top of it. This allows for an apple orchard aesthetic while actually creating a practical renewable source for your city's economy. Alrighty, finally, let's plop in some growable specialized industry warehouses, generic manufacturing, and perhaps even a farmhouse looking residential building here and there. Honestly, just add some decoration to this area. We'll probably get some more trees in for a little bit of a foresty feel and etc. John Miller's recent proposal to enhance transportation options for Eneida Bay residents has sparked both excitement and controversy. By advocating for an additional stop along the Syracuse BRT system and introducing a new BRT line from Cyclops Head, Miller aims to facilitate easy commutes to the flourishing farmlands west of Syracuse, promising new jobs opportunities for the community. While many residents are thrilled at the prospect of improved access and economic growth, others voice concerns that the initiative further exacerbates the ongoing issue of shared services that Mayor Foley has ignored in favor of rushed economic growth. The debate highlights the delicate balance between fostering regional connectivity and addressing the underlying tensions regarding resource allocation and tax contributions. As discussions unfold, the community remains divided, weighing the benefits of progress against the challenges of equitable service distribution. Alrighty, so let's talk about the plans the EBTA and Director John Miller have for the upcoming BRT systems out in West Syracuse and the new farmlands. First, we will add a stop along the BRT1 Eneida Bay Mining Corporation to Foley's Pharmaceuticals that extends this BRT system out of Syracuse, the Eneida Bay Mining Corporation, and into those farmlands. This will provide access for all the other transit lines servicing Syracuse and connecting at this point, as well as the red and yellow subway lines to reach out into the downtown area of Syracuse and into the farmlands themselves. We will then take the B1 Cyclops Head counterclockwise bus line that is actually getting 0% usage and recycle it is a new BRT system that connects out from Cyclops Head into the new farmlands. This will provide access for those riding the Cyclops Head bus into the subway stations that services the red and blue subway line. So let's start with the Syracuse BRT by dragging out the line and adding in some stop waypoints. We will then transition into some deep city detailing, ensuring that we have some unique stop designs using our props and foliage. So I'm going to admit something rather embarrassing. I just actually pulled in the entirety of the first BRT1 transit line into our new farmlands and decorated all the stops up in preparation to pull in the new BRT2 from Cyclops Head. And in summary, I completely forgot to record all of it. So we're going to do this a little bit more live, so please bear with me as we come in here, because we are going to actually take our current line from Cyclops Head, and we're going to take this black line here, this counterclockwise line, and we're going to pull it into all these stops. And I'm going to try my best to tell you what I was thinking about as we did everything, because it kills my soul that I just did that. So yeah, so as we can see, the B1 counterclockwise Cyclops Head bus line, it's getting 0 utilization. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna come in here where the transit line should technically start. And I'm gonna verify that really quickly here by going here and then, yep, zooming in, we find it right there. Now, this is something we built a long time ago, back when we started Eneida Bay. And basically people walk up this two-way pedestrian street and catch the subway. So the idea was to take this stop and start it as the new BRT system so that people could connect to the subway as well as all of Cyclops Head and all of our new farmlands out here in West Syracuse. So the idea is to do this in a method that doesn't stop the bus line along our current route, but does extend it. That way we're connecting not just the Cyclops Head township, but we're also connecting in Eneida Bay. So I think this is going to be the best point to start with. And I'm going to start by, I think, connecting it here. And then taking another waypoint and connecting it here. Then let's grab this spot right here. And we're going to do the same thing in this section. We're going to pull right here, connect there, pull right here, and completely redo that because I realized I kind of screwed that up there. Put a waypoint right there. Delete. Delete. Still messed up, so we're going to just restart that. Okay, let's grab this again. There we go. Okay. That way the bus is going all the way around this and not clogging up a short section here, but if it decides to clog up, it's got all this space. Not that we want it to clog up, but, you know, it happens. So let's come back in here. Actually, let's come into our transit real quick and let's just follow the transit line and see if it makes sense. I'm also going to bring that all the way down because that's unnecessary. Okay, so we start at 216 Hawthorne Street. It then comes over to Robin Street here. Ooh, here we go, sorry. Here in Cyclops Head. Okay, stops on Victoria Lane. Stops on Garnet Street, so it's connecting this old farmland here from Cyclops Head. It's then taking a very long trip out to Broad Street first, which I don't want it to do. That doesn't make sense to me, so I messed something up there. So let's come in here, grab our line tool, and try to delete that waypoint. So what did I mess up there? I want to come in here. Let's hide everything but the black line. LOL, I deleted a lot more than I wanted to. Okay. I did say hide everything, didn't I? Guess not. Why are you being so difficult? There we go. Okay. I swear I'm a professional, everyone. At least a professional at hitting all the wrong buttons. Okay, so everything looks like it's going into the right spots. It's doubling back on itself somewhere, and I don't want that. Okay, so that's fine. If it wants to start here and hit this farmland first, I should just be able to drag this one over here. And then that should be a more sensical route. So let's jump back in here. Okay, so Hawthorne Street, Robin Street, Victoria Lane, Garnet Street, a nice long highway drive, hence making it a BRT system, out to Broad Street, over to Cooper Street, which is just down the way, so it just went from here to here. Okay, back up Cooper Street. Now this should be taking us perfect up here to Spruce Street. Back up to Spruce Street. Okay, now it's bringing us out here to Elizabeth, so we're back in Cyclops Head. We've come in off the highway? Question mark? Where did it take us? How is it taking us? Oh, okay. It's bringing us in off this roundabout here off of Elk Highway. And it's bringing us up here onto Elizabeth Street. Up to Middle Street. Valley Street. So it's looping back down this way. up here, which is probably not the most sensical, but let's kind of finish figuring out. So it brings us down to Valley, Robin, Barlow, back to Hawthorne. Okay, so let's come back here into Elizabeth Street, and I'm going to delete this waypoint by hitting the right click button, or right click on my mouse at least. We're going to delete that one, and we're going to delete that one. So then when you come in off the highway, you're going to be coming down here, going up here, then I would say connect into the rest of these spots. Turn that back on because I can't remember which way is counterclockwise and which way is not counterclockwise. Okay, there we go. We're going to be renaming it, so it really doesn't actually matter if it's counterclockwise or not. Okay, that way they come in and they service this area of Cyclops, the Cyclops Township, and then they loop back up the highway. Down here, they hit up Barlow Street before connecting back down. All right, I think I can deal with that. So let's come on in here. We're going to rename this to the BRT 2. And we'll call this the Cyclops Head to West Syracuse bus line. There we go. And hopefully we'll start seeing some utilization here. So yeah, this is probably actually my first time trying to explain everything live. So let me know down in the comments if that even made sense, because I'm afraid it did not make sense. Nestled on the sprawling grounds of Foley's Pharmaceuticals, the CDC in Eneida Bay stands as a state-of-the-art research center symbolizing cutting-edge advancements in medical science. With the building owned by Thomas Foley, the pharmaceutical giant has been instrumental in the center's development, yet its origins are shrouded in controversy. Questions swirl around the transparency of its funding as the lines between government support and private donations remain blurred. This ambiguity is further complicated by the fact that Mayor Laura Foley, the wife of Thomas Foley, is intricately linked to the company, raising suspicions of undisclosed financial entanglements. The lack of clarity has sparked public debate, with citizens demanding accountability and transparency to ensure that the center's mission remains focused on public health rather than corporate interests. As the research center continues to operate, the community watches closely, eager for answers and assurances of ethical integrity. So let's discuss our construction plans for our new Center of Disease Control Center. Since this building was a part of Mayor Laura Foley's promise to the people, it makes sense to build it on land that her family owns here near Foley's Pharmaceuticals. Now, I'm going to admit that we may need to wiggle some things around here, which I dread, because constructing the purple line last episode definitely was a beast. But once we have the asset placed in, I wish to decorate this area up and give it some office buildings and potentially some industrial warehouses to kind of give it this thick, I guess, modernized feel. Well, maybe not modernized, but definitely urbanized. So let's kick back, relax, and as we construct the buildings, we will deep dive into a deep city detailing time lapse as well. Alrighty everyone, I think that just about wraps up today's episode. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on today's build. If you're excited to see the next episode unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. And don't forget to check out our Eneida Bay merchandise linked in the description below. Until next time, I hope everyone has a phenomenal week.